the tree, I didn't stop to breathe. I couldn't stop my greed, it hit me like I'm Creed. Know the game is like I cheat, gorilla.
Hey, yo, this is the Good Drugs Podcast, Pod Chat. This is episode 116. I am here with my brother, A. Lee. Shout out Mafia Money, he's not here. You know how that goes. This is brought to you by Made in 93 Production, DMS on the boards, and Grill Mafia Family, the Good Drugs, and all that good shit. And yeah, that's it. I did a good job. Good drugs.
I did a good job.
And we are black in this bitch. And before we go on, that was a hard bitch. Before we go on, get your blunt, get your bong, get your lighter, papers, edibles. You know, we got high before we came in here. Get all your good shit. Roll it, light it, good drugs. With the news, we got a lot of shit going on. I know we had a lot of shit going on, But the most important things I feel like we're going to try to touch on, which is, how we do. So we're just going to dive right into it. So, it's Ye, right? His name's Ye, right? Kanye is Ye now, right?
I guess it's a nigga name.
All right, so Ye, he set off the media and the industry, and Kyrie kind of followed behind him with the that shit crazy with the same kind of sentiment, and just to go into like the order of things of what kind of happened. Are you aware of what's been going on of this been going on? I'm pretty sure you are. So first of all, Kanye went on a couple like media outlets before Drink Champs. He went on like Tucker Carlson, whatever the fuck the white boy name.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. He went on somebody else's channel too before he got the Drink Champs. And then he went on Drink Champs. And on Drink Champs, they I guess they aired the whole. Did they air the whole thing originally? That's how it got leaked, quote unquote.
I don't know if they aired the whole thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because I seen like a whole 3 hour, almost 4 hour. Yeah, they put it out. All right. So I guess they put it out first, and then the internet went crazy after they seen what was being said on the interview. But after that, without talking about too much of it, after that, Kyrie shortly retweeted. He didn't really say anything. He just retweeted a documentary that's on Amazon or whatever the case may be that people didn't agree with. And then I guess he was asked about it, and he said he wasn't promoting it. I think that's what he said, right? Something like that, if that case. He said he wasn't promoting it, and I guess they took it as he was promoting it. I don't know, but this is interesting because just talking about the facts of the matter, we actually have a whole segment that goes deep into it without talking about too much deep into it. But this is interesting because we have like more people. It seemed like more people came out against them than was like in support of what they had going on. And I just feel like it would have did more like help to just like not say anything about it at all if you're not gonna be like, yeah, we fuck with what he doing. I guess it like hurt a lot of things, that Kyrie situation of what he had going on. But Kanye's situation, he called out, and people were saying like he didn't call any names, but he named a lot of people, like a lot of white people. I don't want this shit to get flagged, but fuck it. We know what we're talking about. A lot of white people. He named them, but he got dropped from a lot of endorsements and shit, and that fucked up a lot of shit, but that's beside the point. But it's just interesting how like I guess the points being missed of what's being said versus like the action or like how they went about it or whatever the case versus like the actual what was said. Like, because that's not being fought against.
Because that's hate speech, sir. You cannot say that. And you know that. I mean, I feel like everybody knows that. Like, that's why nobody says anything.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, and that's the whole thing about it, bro. It's like we know what we quote unquote can't say and shit like that. So like for people to say that is like, duh, like no shit. But he said it, so let's talk about what he said versus saying they can't say that shit.
What you want to talk about, nigga? Hey, you want a job tomorrow, or what you want to do? How you want to work this out? You can shut up and go about your life. I can ruin that shit.
But now and then after the whole aftermath, I guess Kyrie was suspended, and they were saying he had to do a whole bunch of.
Oh man, I did see that list.
Yeah,
that list looked disgusting.
It was kind of.
How come they'll never have to meet with us when they do some fuck shit? Do they ever have to meet with us? And who would they meet with? Like, who would be the head of like? And then like, what does that do for me?
That's a good. I mean, that's actually a good question though, bro. It's like why doesn't it happen for us? Like, I don't know, bro. It's just,
Like,
I don't want to.
who's the black man ambassador? Like, he's just there for all the black humans. Like, who's that ambassador? That when y'all do some fuck shit, that y'all gotta go like, nah, go talk to them.
Ultimately, they're saying I guess Kyrie's gonna come back and play because the league is ultimately ran by the players who happen to be black. So, I mean, my whole stand. I think I said that on this pod at one point. It was like the players like control the league or some shit. Because some shit other happened with Kyrie with the whole COVID thing, and yeah, it was just like I don't know if the players are that like deeply involved with like business ties and shit like that, where they just don't want to. They'll just lose all this money and shit. But like the players got out a real union, not the players union, but like the real union that was like, if these white boys threaten our money, we got some shit for them. Like they won't have any money neither, because technically they won't, bro. Like if Curry, all the top point guards got together after when that shit happened, it was like, we ain't playing if Kyrie can't play. Like the league would have been looking crazy.
Bro, you know niggas ain't fucking up their money.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It's just
niggas
like,
are not fucking up their money, bro. They refuse.
That's crazy.
They refuse, bro.
Yeah. Not about some shit like that, but
yeah,
on some. You know, I mean, it was on some money shit, some contract shit, but it wasn't on no like
niggas start getting paid.
Some shit
outrageous contracts.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. You got anything else on that?
You know what you can and what you can't say. Not everything is hate speech. Sometimes you gotta listen to the fucking points in the message. And then, like, if you just get offended by everything, then fucking, I guess it is hate speech. I don't know what the fuck to tell you.
I don't know. It's just like fucking, like there's a truth about like the actual truth, and then there's like narrated facts where it's like narrated fact would be like, you know what you can say and can't say. Of course we know that that's a narrated fact because people always say it and it seems to be true. But the truth is what was said is the actual truth. That's how I look at it in that situation. But people tend to.
It kind of reminds me of like the whole white privilege thing. It's kind of like a loop. It's kind of like a loop. It's like, yo.
Yeah. At some way, some way, some shape, some form, this is like white privilege.
It's kind of like a loop. It's like, yeah, no, y'all niggas out of pocket. Y'all just calm it down. Calm it down. You're out of pocket.
Yeah. And then I just want to point out that the documentary that he retweeted, like, it wasn't.
Is it still like on Amazon?
Yeah. What was it from? Hebrews and Negroes, shit like that. But it's it's more of like a like giving people another point of view, like not saying like all this other shit didn't happen or not knocking the white Jews or the Jewish people. I don't want to go dig too deep into that, where Jewish and Jews are two different people. But anyways, not knocking the Jewish people of what happened. I don't give a fuck. Anyway, I'm nobody, bro.
That's hate speech.
But not knocking them, bro, at all. But they're saying like, think about this happening too, because there's another history of another people that were called the Hebrews that technically are the Jews. But that's all I'm saying. That's all I want to say about that. But yeah, moving on. Damn, my fault. Got anything on that?
Nah, bro, I'm done.
Cool. All right. Donald Trump is officially running for president.
Your boy.
Yeah.
Your boy's back.
He's back. And it's interesting because he's running with the same slogan that he ran for the first time he ran.
Which was
Make America Great Again.
Oh, he should have put. He had the perfect chance to say, "Make America Great Again." Oh man, he fucked up. He fucked up, bro. Who's on his marketing campaign? Because like I feel like I should be with him. Like I can help them out. He fucked up
he
right
made
there.
a speech, and a lot of I know like the internet runs crazy because they just take like little segments and he said this without putting the whole full context of what he actually said.
Did he say kill all drug
That's
dealers?
what anybody though.
Did he say kill all drug dealers?
He didn't say that.
Okay.
He didn't
All
say
right.
that.
I was just wondering,
There's
bro.
a clip he's saying something that's sort of like locking drug dealers up for life or some shit.
That's
but
even
before
worse.
that, he was talking about
Damn.
the increase increasingly amounts of fentanyl and how people are overdosing on fentanyl and getting laced with their drugs with fentanyl. So he was talking about those dealers for the most part, specifically those dealers
word. True.
should get the death penalty.
Nah, they shouldn't.
Because if you're
Don't do fentanyl, bro.
if you're lacing drugs like weed and shit with fentanyl, like,
Okay, now I need to see some instances of that shit happening. This
I mean,
niggas
there
lacing
was a whole
bud.
cases of like up north, like people like
Oh, you a savage.
people like weed dealers lacing weed with fentanyl though. So that was cases.
I was see that's craziness.
But besides that, do you think he's gonna win? Like who's?
Oh,
like, 'cause,
fuck
I mean,
yeah.
they say Biden's gonna start campaigning and shit.
No, he shouldn't. He shouldn't. They should. Honestly, I want to see who the Republicans going to get. It's going to be like Republicans against Republicans. But no, Biden shouldn't run again. But I do think Trump could pull off another one.
The
I
Republicans
definitely
just got
think
the
so.
House back too. That's interesting.
I think he can pull off another one.
So who's gonna run as Democrat?
Hopefully, The Rock.
I mean, Biden said he's preparing to run, but it's probably gonna be Kamala.
The Rock, bro.
Which
He's
makes
very
sense.
interested in running for president. So
So is Kanye.
It
yeah,
looks,
but he'd be Republican.
it looks like, but it does look like they're hyping up like the black lady. I don't
What
want to
black
say
lady?
her name wrong. I said Kamala, but that's probably her name. They say
Her?
all type of names on it.
Nah, she ain't gonna win at all.
What
Nah,
I
they
don't
got
know.
they better find a better one.
Yeah, like Kamala, Kamala. Like,
The way Charlamagne said.
That's funny as shit. That is funny.
yeah, but yeah, a lot of his he made a very interesting speech and a lot of interesting point. He also talked about term limits for politicians and shit.
Oh, he's definitely might not win if he goes there.
So you know
He
I
might
mean,
not win, bro. Actually, you know what? He might even win, but they might try to stop him from winning if he goes through with the shit that he's talking about.
Yeah.
Because I
Well, they-
definitely agree on some term limits.
Yeah,
Get
that's what he
these
was talking
niggas
about.
out
He
of
was
here.
saying, like,
It's
especially
not-
as far as like where the money for like campaigns and shit come from, and how much
Oh
money
no,
and
man!
shit
Now
they
you, calm down, bro. Calm down.
I mean-
you need to wait. You need to wait. I'm pretty
I mean,
sure
'cause
some
it's been a
stuff
lot
the
of-
lawyer said you cannot say.
it's been a lot of like, I guess like illegal type of shit going on. when, like,
Always, fam.
campaigns pop off and all this money comes
Always.
up and
You do not get that much money being a good person. Always, bro. It's always some shady shit going on, bro.
I just think it'll be interesting. I mean, he's still old. Like he's still old. I mean,
How old is
Niggas are
Trump?
old,
How
dude.
old is Trump? Nobody knows off the top of their head.
like 75, 76.
Oh, so Biden's older. That nigga just turned 80.
Oh, yeah, Biden's older. Yeah, definitely.
Honestly, we gotta stop letting no people be president, fam.
It seems like no new young emerging person.
What's the fam? Because they see what it does to your body, bro. You go in there perfectly fine. You come out all.
76.
Oh, bro, I don't know, bro. So bro gonna turn 80 in office, but it'd be his last. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Bro might have dementia. We don't. Come on, man. We don't. Like Joe Biden already seemed like he got dementia. It's like why
People
we?
say they think we live in a simulation. It's shit like this, bro. It's like, what the fuck?
Well, I mean, when he won the first time, I was like, all right, I guess.
It was a shot the first time. I ain't gonna cap.
I was like, all right, I guess that's
First
what,
time
that's,
nigga won.
that's
I
where
was
we're
like,
going.
fuck. Like,
Joe is 80.
Yeah, he just I've seen it.
yeah,
Just
he gotta
turned.
get that shit up.
20th, so he finna be 81.
He should be not allowed to
Oh,
run
he's 80.
again.
It's his birthday today.
That's what I said. I was like, wait a minute, nigga, what?
So he's 79.
That nigga should be not allowed to run again, bro. Like,
Nah, for real. That's what I'm
turn
saying.
80, bro. Like, okay, you're done. You done did your time. Thank you for a service.
What's the
like,
what's the
what about
like,
your
how
business?
old do you have to be? Like, what's the oldest you know, that you have to be to run for president?
I think you gotta be over 50.
Over
35.
I thought it was 50.
It's like 35.
over
Yeah.
50?
Yeah, Obama was like 44 when he won.
Who would want?
Oh, you right then.
What?
Yeah, that's
I'm
35.
about to say, bro. Who the fuck would want to?
I think he was like the youngest president he might have been.
So you said over
Clinton
35?
was the youngest president.
I don't know. Do y'all trust niggas? Y'all trust? Y'all trust? I don't even. I don't even. I don't even trust.
Let it rock, bro.
Bro, that's so funny, bro. That was
Yeah,
funny.
75 years old.
Yeah, bro. I don't even trust.
Yeah.
I don't even trust the young niggas.
Yeah, that's why, and that's the thing about it that people look at too, where it's like, all right, you maybe be old as fuck, but at least you ain't some young 38-year-old nigga coming in talking about this and that, like, because you got old people that are like, who the fuck? Well, then like they rather have an older person or somebody close to their age or something like that, bro. Yeah, so like the 50 and up, 60 and up age tends to win that one when it comes to president. Now governor and like shit like that, like a young president might win that. Mayor, young guy, shit like that. But president, it tends to be an older guy for whatever reason.
I mean, I can deal with like 45 to like 65.
Yeah, 70 is just like
70
pushing.
is like 70 and 80, bro. Like y'all
Like,
are.
you running the country. Why you pushing it? Like
Bro, you
what are we
can't even brush your
doing?
teeth no more. Nigga.
Like, what are we doing, bro?
Oh no, bro.
I don't know too many 70-year-olds that want like that type of like job and
Bro,
stress
you
on them, bro.
your body shrivels up. Your hair turns different colors.
Nigga
You
be-
start losing it.
Nigga be done with this shit by 70.
Bro,
man.
stressful situation every day, bro. Every
Fuck
day.
life at 70.
They gotta treat you like freaking the king of Zamunda every day, bro. They gotta be protecting the fuck out of you, bro. And they make you feel paranoid. Like, wait, nigga, I can't go to the park. No, Mr. President, you can't go to the park.
Oh, for real, bro.
I'm just gonna stop and grab a donut. Okay, let's go make sure it's clean
If I
first.
talk about young people and shit. at
Yeah,
70,
bro.
Like,
Uh,
no.
but back to Trump, bro. You watched the whole thing?
Yeah, most part. I believe I did. Not at one time. I think like one day, next day.
And as a betting man, would you say he has just like a great chance of winning again?
I mean, he has that following, bro. where
Oh
it's like-
man, that's a cult, bro.
I mean, that's any. With him, I guess it just is so like aggressive, blatant. Like
Which makes it a cult,
people
bro.
don't hide it. But like everybody done had their. You still have people who talk about the Reagan days, bro, that lived through that shit.
They
Like,
ain't got no.
like people like love their president. Like you have.
They ain't got no Reagan shirts, no
With
Reagan
Trump-
flags,
Yeah, people love Obama, but
and
I guess
no
with
Obama
Trump,
flags.
Like the media and shit just like blew
The
it up.
media, bro, that's people. That's actual
That's what
people,
I'm. That's
bro.
what I'm saying though. Like you talking
That
about.
shit's
I'm talking about like
wild,
social
bro.
media like becomes the media. Like social media, like people on social media.
You see a grown ass man with a fucking Donald Trump shirt, and he's the fucking. He's,
I mean,
he's Arnold Schwarzenegger.
you see people with the Obama / MLK shirts, bro.
I've never seen those.
You've
bro.
never seen those,
No, oh, y'all niggas be in different places than me. I've never seen those.
bro. That
shits,
shit
bro.
is everywhere, bro. People like Obama is on fucking Black History Wall, bro. Like
What is
they got
that?
this nigga like people love black people love Obama, bro.
He's the first
Especially
black
old
president,
people.
bro.
They love Obama, bro.
What they never thought they would ever live to see that shit, bro. Of
That's what I'm
course.
saying.
Like,
Though, bro.
that's-
It's the same.
It's not the
you
same
have,
thing,
You have
bro.
white people who never thought they'll live to see another quote unquote Reagan come through. Like that's what they compare Trump to, bro. Where it's like, oh yeah, we love this. And Reagan was like the first guy like him. They were saying, bro. So it's like
Was
they
Reagan-
love that.
was that nigga-
character or whatever?
Was
the
that
fuck.
nigga TV? Was that nigga actor? At one point,
Who Reagan? Yeah, he came from. Yeah, he was a TV. He came from acting.
yep. America is fucking stupid. y'all niggas are pretty fucking stupid. Y'all do this.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. Moving on. So, last but not least, Elon Musk, he buys Twitter. He bought it a moment ago, but now he's officially like saying, "I'm the owner of this shit." Like
You
throwing it out
verified?
there.
You got verified?
And he's like, he's allegedly, he's a change in social media by just putting things out there that he said he's changing, and some things are coming into fruition that we see, like blue checks popping up and shit. But and then there's other things talking about just like Twitter having a subscription and Twitter dying, and I think at this point he's experimenting with the power of social media. It's a social experiment. Like whether Twitter leaves or not, like who gives a fuck? It's just a.
Oh no, you can't say that.
That's what I'm saying. It's a
Can't say
social
that.
experiment, bro. Where it's like, not the average person is thinking who gives a fuck. Like they're actually caring about Twitter. Like they're putting like, oh, I remember when Twitter was Twitter. Like they're making Twitter like a life source almost, bro. Like.
Fucking life source.
Yeah, bro. I mean, they're like it's.
Oh,
But I think it's more a social experiment of like Elon Musk is this guy who like likes to toy with shit, bro. Like he's not into social media, but he's into like building a different world on a different planet and shit, bro. So like this shit's probably just like some fun shit that I can just fuck with the people type shit, and people are gonna eat it up, and that's exactly what's happening. Because I don't think Twitter's gonna die or
What I mean, I'm about to say like what's gonna happen?
Right now,
There?
his existence is like shaping what everybody does.
yeah, he's like literally changing like social media, bro. Where it's like, but I think it's a social experiment. More so than
In what way? Because
He wants to send people to Mars.
oh, I thought you were still talking about Twitter.
Well, he's speaking about.
yeah, but in
Oh.
both ways though, like that's what I'm saying. Like I think he's socially experimenting with the social media, but in like in his real world, bro. Like he's thinking about other shit, bro. So this is a real like social experiment for him. This is like probably while he's on his way to space, whatever the fuck, he just tweets some shit. Like, what do y'all think about $8 subscriptions? Then puts his phone in his pocket. Like, yeah, fuck it.
Give you niggas blue checks.
But you have like billions of people, bro, who rely on like Twitter for like.
That's what I was saying. That's why I was like, you can't just go nowhere, fam. Like, how you gonna know about my OnlyFans if you ain't got no Twitter? Like, you need to have a Twitter.
Live streaming too. You know, like people
See,
use it-
Twitch, yeah, all that
send out
shit.
Notifications because on the Twitch app isn't that great. So if you follow me on
What
Twitter,
the fuck you ain't go buy Twitch then? The fuck you only bought Twitter for? They go buy Twitch.
Twitter shapes way more than Twitch.
Yeah.
Twitter, say it again.
Twitter has more people.
Yeah, Twitter
and
has
shapes
way more people.
this social
Yeah.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying it was fine. I feel like it was fine before you got
Buy
there.
it too, basically.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like wasn't Twitter fine before you got there? Like, what's changed? I seen so many nigger tweets. It's just hilarious. That shit had me rolling. I
I
was
mean, besides blue checks popping up, bro, and I don't know. I guess more censorship.
there's more censorship.
I don't know, bro.
Oh,
That's what
You
people are
get
saying.
banned Before or after?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what happened.
That
bro.
shit was
I got
funny
banned.
as fuck,
It was like
bro.
weird though. Like it was like some
Sounded
weird.
weird.
Yeah, it was like some weird shit. Like it was literally. I had tweeted. That was like 10 tweets ago. Yeah, I caught that
Oh,
shit.
so
I was
yep,
like,
you-
I'm saying, was he an owner of it?
oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that was
okay.
during this time. Yeah, that was recent. Yeah. So I don't know. I have no
You
idea.
can kind of say it's been more.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. But because I didn't even say anything like hateful or anything.
yeah, but
crazy.
you agreed, and you
Yeah, I
agreed.
agreed with a certain
You
statement,
agreed.
but that wasn't.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I did. Wait, those thoughts. You should know that was gonna happen.
No, I wasn't thinking about that honestly, bro. Because I tweet way wilder shit. Like I've tweeted way wilder shit. I won't say.
Days is over.
I just won't think I tweet wild shit, but I've tweeted shit that I think is wild.
More bannable.
Yeah, more
offense.
bannable offense than that, bro. Yeah, get me for something else, bro. Get me for my cracker tweet. Like,
Yeah, man. Don't get me for robbing the bank, man. Get me for shooting that nigga, bro. What's wrong with you?
real, bro. But that's the thing, bro. Like you won't never get banned for saying nigga, bro, on the internet,
Well,
bro.
you can't say it with the hard R.
Yeah, you
Well,
can.
Not on certain social media.
Oh, on
Well, it's
certain,
the
on
same
some
thing.
of them.
Like you have
On some
to,
of 'em.
and you have to like get a non-black person like flagged for the shit because they can tweet the shit too, but and tell you like shine light that this is a white person that tweeted this. This is hate speech. Like they'll let that shit ride.
Yeah.
So it's like
Yeah, what y'all niggas, bro, in my opinion, scroll on by, bro.
But let me try to type in cracker on fucking Facebook, bro.
Keep it moving.
No go.
That shit gonna flag that shit immediately.
Or seeing it on stream. Right.
Immediately, bro.
Oh,
Immediately.
word.
Yeah, you can't say crack on Twitter.
There's
Immediately,
that
bro.
shit, right?
But you can't say nigga either. Like, with a heart.
Oh, so
You
yeah.
can say nigga with a heart.
But you can say nigga.
Yes, you say mad niggas.
But you,
Nigga this, nigga that.
Yeah, I'm about to say, bro. You can say nigga all day long now, bro.
Hard art, they getting you up out of there.
Yeah, they figure that's a difference, but it shouldn't be, depending on who's saying it.
I don't know. I never called another. I was never like,
Never needed to say
yeah,
it, right?
you know what I'm saying.
Hard art.
That's all.
Actually don't sound good saying it. With the
Even
hard
even
R,
if you
like,
calling a man a pussy nigga, you still saying nigga. You ain't
Yeah,
saying.
that's a white guy's explanation. He can say the same shit too, bro. Oh, I didn't say it with the ER.
Bro, you
I
can
was
say, bro, you say whatever you want, bro. Listen, ain't my fight. This battle is not mine, nigga. It's the Lord's. Like, nigga, I ain't got nothing to do with what happened to you, bro. Like, that's on you, bro. I believe in freedom of speech. I stand by that shit. But like, what happens after that freedom? Like, I don't know, bro. That's on y'all.
I don't know. I think it's just interesting what this shit's doing to the internet, like without even doing anything to do
Bro,
it.
the internet is a dumbass place, bro.
Like you have people really like going crazy. 'Cause like you say, bro, like the internet has like changed, and he knows this, bro. Where it's like I know the internet is livelihoods of some people now. I know like this shit controls a lot of shit in the world at this point. So I'm gonna buy this shit that controls most of the world, and I'm finna play with this shit and control the world, basically.
like you said, I'm gonna promote my OnlyFans without Twitter.
You gotta take that shit to
Got money on there.
gotta take that shit to what's the shit's called, bro? It's my other places though. I can't think of them right now, but it's my other social media. Sites,
Yeah, there is, but people, it's the most popular that.
Yeah,
people,
for sure,
Twitter's
for sure.
One with OnlyFans.
Yeah.
That is
It's
funny as
like
fuck.
it's like Facebook has the most users because like it's more like family oriented in some spaces, and then
And
you
it's been
have
around longer.
and it's been around longer. Then it's like Twitter. After that, basically, then it's Instagram.
So you got more users than Instagram?
Probably.
I would say YouTube after that.
Well,
not-
YouTube, yeah.
YouTube's not in that.
When I mean, it is a social media platform, but it
It's
wouldn't
not
be.
in that.
Yeah, it wouldn't be looked at as a social media platform, really.
Well, what doesn't make it? It's a social media platform. You can receive messages. You
Yeah,
can
but
post,
it's not.
comment,
It's becoming
like, dislike.
Yeah, it's
but
becoming.
It's, not
Yeah,
fully- it's still more so
Yeah.
about the content that you
Yeah.
place on there as opposed
Yeah.
to
like the interactions and
You can say a tweet is
posting
content.
pictures and shit like that. Like,
people who have a YouTube account. If they don't post anything, then it's nothing being put out there
Yeah.
to nobody. You know what I'm saying?
It's
Yeah,
the
they
same
have to-
thing with niggas who just sit on and troll on Twitter, bro. Them niggas like
But you get a
it's
type though. You get
Yeah.
an account that's for you to like actually do something like typing to people.
Yeah.
you do the same thing on YouTube, bro. I get to type comments. I get
If I was to post like who you writing to on YouTube, if you don't, you know what I'm saying? If you don't post content, who you writing to? Niggas going in and dislike shit like A Lion. They go in there and dislike shit.
he talking to you,
They
nigga.
go
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like that shit is a form of, cause like, bro, you just hop in the comments, bro.
It's different than Instagram.
It's totally
Instagram,
different.
Twitter,
It is
it's
totally
different.
different, bro.
yeah, it's definitely more.
I just feel like
Instagram,
it's like
Yeah.
way more motherfuckers on YouTube though.
Yeah, definitely, there's more people on YouTube.
I feel like
but,
it's a shit ton more people on
but
YouTube.
it's not social media.
doing exactly what I'm saying though. They just hop in
It's
and
becoming that though.
Yeah, it's becoming that,
I
but
feel
it's
like
not.
becoming that, but it's not.
Yeah, like my parents watch YouTube, but they don't.
if I find out I can send you a message on there, bro.
I was saying for like church shit, so
Yeah.
they're not really like.
Yeah. That's
On
kinda in
YouTube.
the lane of
Yeah,
Netflix.
yeah. I see what you're saying
Yeah.
about that.
Netflix.
Yeah.
Fucking Hulu.
Yeah, where it can be, yeah, more so.
So I would place it before I put it in Facebook.
You
Yeah.
said Hulu?
Yeah. YouTube.
You can't.
I literally
You
watched
can't.
that shit.
You
like
can't
it's-
comment on.
Yeah, me too. I watch YouTube
You
more than
can't
anything.
comment on. Oh, as far as okay, I see what you're
Yeah.
saying. I'm about to say. What?
Yeah.
Shit, Netflix is gonna get though.
Yeah, so I don't really look at it too much as a social media unless I'm like on my own content on YouTube. But if I'm just, because usually I'm not on my own content, just looking at me or just on my page. Usually I'm looking at videos and shit. So it is more like a Netflix or a fucking media player, iPod video version type shit. Yeah.
Y'all niggas wrong. Even if y'all niggas feel like y'all right, y'all niggas wrong.
What, anything else though on this nigga buying Twitter and changing social media, playing with it?
Good shit, man. 44
It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be
$44 billion for a test. Good shit, man. Do your thing.
I fuck with it.
If you got it,
On the new job.
if you got it, if you got it, flaunt it. Do your thing.
I ain't mad at him. Good drugs. And we are black in this bitch. And yeah, so let's dive into the motherfucking topics. Plural. So we had talked about the culture at some point on the pods. And we were just talking about one aspect of the culture, I guess, where accountability, I guess, just take what happens if you're in a certain lifestyle or you're doing certain things or whatever the case may be. You just take what comes with it and shit like that. And so, but another part of the culture, since we've been talking about like what been going on with as far as the cancel culture and what they're picking and choosing to cancel in the culture, which seems to be our culture, and people not of our culture get to call cancel culture. But whatever, that's kind of weird. But that's beside the point. The point is that the part of the culture that I'm talking about right now is like the what you call like the secret society part of the culture, where I mean, we know all the people, but just putting a different putting it into a different perspective of these people and who they are and what their roles and how they operate, such as like Freemasonry and shit like that. So we have like rumors and shit like that of certain people being like the higher ups, like a Jay-Z or a Diddy. These people being like a part of like secret societies and shit like that, right? So a different perspective of that would be like these people are, because ultimately they do employ a lot of people, help the communities, certain communities that they operate in and shit like that. And so the part where like when you have a Kyrie situation or a Kanye situation where those guys by default are a part of those secret societies because their money and their connections link them, like with Kyrie with Nike or with Kanye with Adidas or Balenciaga, because these people actually have connections with the royalty people of the world and the 1% type people that we call the 1%, that nobody ever says their name, but the 1%. So, but by default, so you have people like LeBron who are linked to these people. So you have like situations where Kyrie happens, and then you're like, damn, why would LeBron say that? It's because the secret society and the links to them actually run the culture that Kyrie's talking about or talking against or saying that he's not down with and shit like that. So I think it's just important, I guess, to put that into perspective of that. Yes, there's a culture of prominent black people that are linked to the same people that we would call evil by default or by choice, where that's more of the truth of what's happening, where somebody can get banned or can lose their billionaire status or shit like that can happen where it's like how the fuck does a nigga be 15 billion up and now he's
That nigga took my money.
Like shit like that, bro. Where it's just like
That shit was crazy, bro. Also, I don't think nobody asked why LeBron would say what he said. Like,
that's what I'm saying, bro. Like when people
niggas
don't
know
really,
how LeBron get down.
that's what I'm saying. Like people don't really look at like, okay, no, LeBron, like, because then you have people who just follow LeBron and were like, yeah, you're right, Kyrie shouldn't say that. And just they're not looking at it like, no, LeBron's saying that because he's linked to such and such, and these people, you feel me?
Once
like,
again, bro, nobody's trying to fuck up their money.
yeah, of course,
Not trying to fuck up their money,
of
bro.
course, and the money's all linked to the people that Kanye was screaming in the interview about.
You can't say that. Though.
You can't say that. That's what I'm saying.
You
It's
just if you know it, you know it, but you can't like.
But I mean you have to. Not saying you have to. To talk about it, you have to be willing to sacrifice certain things. Where it's like, or just be willing to, I guess sacrifice certain things, even yourself, even your whatever the fuck comes with it. Cause like, I don't know, bro. It's just weird talking to people who can't see it as like, damn, this is kind of like buck breaking or shit like that, bro. Where it's like, okay, he think he tough, watch this, and all these niggas is gonna fold too because they don't want to go through what he goes through.
Well, it's niggas who ain't even rich. Like
I don't even have to talk about
folded.
it, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like your normal, like your social media people, bro. Your normal people, bro,
Fold.
is all like just talking about like, yeah, Kyrie tripping or hey, he shouldn't be. It's like, damn, bro.
Fold.
Or they're trying to break it down and tell you about, oh yeah, no, this just how it goes. And no, bro, it's like we know that's how it goes. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about us coming together and being like,
not
being
letting
like,
it
no,
go
we finna
like
just
that.
stand with, bro. Like, fuck it. Like that's what we're gonna talk about. That's what we're gonna talk about. We're not gonna talk about how they see it. We know how they see it, bro. We know who runs this shit, bro. We see this shit clearly. We're not talking about that. We're talking about this man standing in the truth of not even like bashing anybody, bro. Just like literally, he said, I'm not promoting any hate anything or anything like that, bro. Like he retweeted it. It's interesting, bro. It's information. It's like a book or some shit, bro. Like I don't have to agree with the book to tell you to go read it.
I mean, it's just. I mean, I feel like it's. I don't know. It's just a conversation, fam. It's a conversation, and it's like, why don't you want to have that conversation?
I mean, I guess it's just a time where it's just important for like to understand this type of shit, bro. It's like either you're just gonna listen to what the people are saying and be like, you know what, he makes a good point. Or if you don't agree with it, go educate yourself, man. Like it's almost like an insult to telling a nigga go read a book, bro. Like what's so hard about that? It's not like it's not an insult, bro. It's just is what it is, bro. Like cause like I tell people all the time, bro. Like reading, like you find all type of different things, bro. In reading, bro. Like I came across the book from How Jews Invented Hollywood. Boom, bro. So like when they say shit like that, bro, I understood every single thing he was talking about, and them being in those circles, it makes even more sense. Where it's like, damn, like they're naming the same names that are in the book, so it's like, damn, that's crazy. So you know these people, you met this guy, that's wild. So it's just like I don't know, bro. It's a weird thing what we're in, bro. It's a weird thing because then you have people who want to get to. Who want to be in the industry and get to these levels and shit, who swear they're just real niggas and all this extra shit. And like, well, if you a real nigga, bruh, like this is what you're gonna have to go through certain things, bruh. Like, or you're gonna have to conform to certain things, bruh. That's not what you stand for. Like Kyrie, you would probably call you, or Kanye, bruh, you would probably call him a real nigga, bruh. Like, I got in the room. I'm finna tell everybody who's in the room now, bruh, what's going on. Especially if they're controlling shit within the culture and shit, it's just like, and that was the thing with Kanye. It was really weird, bro, for him to be telling people like, hey, these guys are making us do this and against each other, and they're making this off us, and everybody's like, oh, he's tripping. Because I guess because of money, people losing money, it's just, I don't know. That's all weird. I don't know.
I don't know. I think that's when people were trying to say like, motherfuckers got to take accountability for like what the fuck they got going on, bro. Because I mean, nobody like just because you see some shit and you hear some shit. I guess it works different for everybody, but like I know I'm not finna like go fucking listen to 21 and then actually go like spin the block. I'm like, I know I'm not gonna do that shit. Sounds great in this song, bro, but I'm not finna go do that shit. So I don't know, bro. And then on the same thing with the Kanye thing, bro. I tuned out a while ago, bro.
Wait, Kanye?
Yeah, bro. Whenever he was on the whole slavery was a choice thing, and I tuned out a long time ago.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, like, I guess the choice was, like, you either stay and do this or you, like, attempt to run away. Or you fucking fight back. Like,
Yeah.
So I guess that's the only choices that they really had. It was, like, nothing else you could do. Like, it was either death or you gonna work to death. It's like, that's it, fam. Or you can try to escape.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, bro. It's like, I don't know, like I do know that people usually talk from like the information that they have. So like if people don't have certain information, that's why I always just say just look into shit. Like it's not, it doesn't hurt to look into shit. But you know how that goes. People just rather take a statement or an opinion and run with that shit.
Yeah. Or like they just want you to tell them. Like, yeah, just tell me.
Yeah, once you
why I gotta go look it up? Just tell me.
just
What
tell
do
me.
you know?
Like, no, I can give you references, so you can look for yourself, because that's probably the best way to get it down versus fucking me telling you. But
I
whatever.
agree. Yeah, you should definitely do your own research. Find your own sources.
Yeah, but yeah, I just think that it's just interesting to break down and be like, the culture is just so more broad than people think it is. Where it's like
For sure.
black and white, like it's just because I mean it looks black and white a lot of the times with like for instance like the Black Lives Matter thing. Then you found out Black Lives Matter organization was stealing money type shit. Like,
Fam, I never knew what the fuck they were doing. I never knew. And I didn't even know they had. I didn't even know they was getting like donations. I didn't know none of that
I didn't know
shit,
they were getting
bro.
donations and shit. That's
I didn't know-
crazy.
I didn't know none of that shit. I didn't know they was fucking. I didn't know how they was racking up cash, bro. Because I didn't know what they did in the first place.
Yeah, I didn't know how they were making money.
Like
either.
I didn't know if it was like a top
When I
dog
found it
or a
was that much,
president.
I was like, damn. Like, God damn. Scammers.
I don't even be seeing that shit out here like that. So I never knew what the fuck they were on.
Yeah, I mean I guess they were popping up when like the unarmed people were getting murdered and shit. They were at a certain rate, or I guess they were just shining light on certain murders. I don't know, because it probably still happens. Honestly, it just
Of course it does.
that's what I'm saying. I don't think it stopped, but they were just
Oh
shining. light
no!
on
Well,
certain-
I mean, if you wanted to stop them, I should have been talking to the politicians. Like that shit, like this shit ain't got nothing to do with marching, bro.
yeah,
Martin March, y'all seen what they did to that man? Come on, man, you gotta do something different.
I don't know, man. Anything else on that though? On the fucking culture?
Just want to say
The
my
secret
life
societies
matters.
and shit.
Not really, bro. I feel like it's not such. I feel like it's not more secret society. I think it's more of like just like yo, it's levels to the shit, fam. Like
Yeah,
I
of
made
course.
this many M's. This person makes
Yeah.
this many billions. It's like we hang out together, bro. We're in the same. We go to the same golf club, like shit like that.
Yeah. And it's just like you say, it's a club, bro. So it's like
Yeah,
you're not in the club,
yeah.
you can't know what I know, or you can't do what I do. So it's
Facts,
just,
bro. I
that's
can't
just
tell you
what
how I
it
made
is.
30 million.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you don't even make 10 million. Like I
pretty
can't
much,
tell you
bro.
how you.
Like, unless you
Yeah.
want to come join the club, then then we can chop the shit up. We can learn some shit from each other, but yeah. But that's what I think like separates when that type of shit happens, bro. It's just like, damn, why would, or people think, oh damn, why would they be against Kyrie? I'm not against him, but he's not in the club. Like he's not. You feel me? Like that would make more sense than, or like how Kanye can feel like Jay-Z and Beyonce or them are making him like a out or not fucking with him, whatever the case. It's just like,
Well, you can't.
it's like, well, you were in the
his,
club, my nigga, but then
in his case,
but then
fam,
you're saying certain shit that's against club rules. So nigga, now you ain't in the club.
and also in his
So I
case, fam,
think-
the way he was coming off was a big strong, bro.
Yeah,
Hey, Phil.
probably because he left the club. That's all I'm saying, bro. Like if I leave a gang, or I leave the club, or I leave a team, or whatever the
But
fuck.
bro,
may
if I
be,
ever
bro.
give you $25 million, bro, you gotta text and call me, bro. Don't get on stage. Don't be hopping on Twitter, Instagrams, bro. If I ever gave you 25 M's, bro, hit my line, bro. Hit my line. Let's have coffee. Jay-Z
Yeah.
brunch. Let's go to the Rock brunch, bro.
I mean,
don't be
obviously
out here.
the Kanye it's deeper than that. It's
It
bigger
can't.
than
I'm
that.
sorry, bro, but it can't be,
Than
bro.
just you gave me money and now I have to.
What it was, 92 bricks, bro? It can't be deeper than that, bro.
I mean,
I mean, if y'all as a podcast decides to join, sign a deal with somebody, right? Barstool or some shit.
yeah,
Y'all are now playing the game.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, and once you sign a deal, it's pretty much once you.
Depend on the deal.
I mean, once you.
Depending on the deal.
If you're signing, deals,
Yeah, once you sign
on
a
the
deal,
deal.
you're playing the game.
Depends on the deal, man.
If you don't sign, you ain't gotta play no game.
Could be a
Yeah.
partnership.
Yeah.
As an artist, certain sound that you decide
Yeah.
to go with.
Yeah.
If you
and you just have to play the game because the people that are controllers of the game have rules set and have a standard of the game. You can create your own game and do your own thing and reap benefits or fail or whatever the fuck you're gonna do from that shit outside of the game and have people that and have the spectators that just watch the game. You can grab their attention too because they're just spectators. But as far as like the game, like the people, especially if they show like, he don't even want to play with us at all. Like at some point, they're gonna look at you like it's competition, and even if they don't like bash you, it's gonna be on some more shit like, it's just.
academic speaks out a lot, right?
Yeah.
But would y'all say he's playing the game or not?
He's definitely
Yeah, he's definitely playing the game.
Because as soon as he says that one thing,
Yeah. Yeah.
hey man, you can't do that.
He's definitely playing
Yeah,
the
he's,
game.
he's definitely playing the game.
He
Yeah.
knows who to go at.
Yeah, everybody in that world, for the most part, that like they play the game, bro. It's like even if they seem like they're,
Everybody
yeah, because even if they seem like they're
Is
against,
everybody what?
sign.
Oh.
even if they seem like they're against something or all for being like a rebel or whatever the fuck, bro. Like
They're not that.
they're still playing.
Ain't
the
no more
game,
rebels,
bro.
man.
That's what I'm saying.
Well,
bro.
it is, but like they well off though. Like they're fine. Don't give a fuck if you hate them. They don't need you.
That's what I'm saying, bro. So they're not really begging for that attention or looking for that type of improvement from anybody, bro. So it's just like, I don't know. That shit interesting though. How like, because in Kyrie's case though, since he's still in what you call the game, like he's like one of those people, I guess, that understand his power within the game. So he's just like exercising that, or he exercises that to the extent.
It's like an employee that actually read.
Yeah, the full manual,
The manual,
and
right.
the whole
On the job.
like what I can do and what I can't do, and they just like,
Yeah.
oh, so I can do this.
Yeah.
I wonder if they know I can do this.
Yeah.
Let me try that out. And then
They don't expect that.
Yeah, then they get called to the office and they're like, no, it's right here in the in the handbook that says the
I would do that
employees
same
allowed
shit.
to do this.
In a 9-to-5 job.
So it's like, yeah. But he's also like, he would be considered like a supervisor or some shit. Like a very valuable piece though. 'Cause it's like the company kind of needs him as a whole. Probably not the Nets, but the NBA. Like or player or they need Kyrie's, bro. Like that's all I ever said was like probably not Kyrie, even though I think Kyrie specifically they need Kyrie for a longer amount of time than for at least another 5-6 years. Like the league needs Kyrie, I would say. Bro.
I don't know, bro.
No solo person. It would need
I don't know, bro.
more people involved.
Yeah.
It's gonna have to be more people involved though to actually like show like damn the players do control the league
But
as far
ain't
as like
nobody-
the fans and shit like as a whole collective look at this shit like oh damn we didn't even realize that we
Ain't-
really watched this shit because the players like
Nobody.
like a lot of the fans think that we just love the NBA like fans would be like I love NBA basketball like no bro you're watching that shit because these niggas are on the court bro if these niggas aren't on the court you would not watch that shit like if
Ain't-
Golden State didn't have Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green.
No, they can have Draymond, but they have
Well,
Steph,
look
Clay,
at
and
the
Poole
WNBA, it doesn't get watched as much. Why?
because they can't
LeBron.
dunk.
Yeah, there's no LeBron. Like, exactly, bro.
Dunk the fucking ball.
Exactly, they can't do all that.
That was.
Yeah, mad fundamentals. Sick with it.
Honestly,
Nasty shot.
If Brittany Griner would have looked it like she did in college
Yeah,
and progressed from that, then you got more people watching WNBA. Honestly,
probably.
Brittany Griner, I'm watching WNBA college. I wasn't watching that.
I don't know. The WNBA is like I don't like talking about that shit
Yeah,
because
for
it's
real.
like I understand it, but I understand the fight, bro.
Yeah.
This is just from a business. I'm just talking from a business perspective. I understand the fight of paying people more and shit like this, but just like statistically, bro. Like for instance, in music, in the industry of music, bro. I want to say a high 75% of the listener is female. So a lot of music is catered to females through all genres, the music industry, because that's who listens to the music the most is females. WNBA has a high women watch rate, but it's not like they haven't totally catered it to women like that, bro. Where it's like now they're doing stuff where it's like women are into fashion and shit like that. Yeah, they kept trying to get men to accept the women in a men's game type thing where that became the focus so much that no, we play just as well as the men. We do like where it's like, bro, if you could focus on your market and corner your market, you don't even need men to watch this shit, bro. Like at all, because there's more women in the world, bro. Like women to watch this shit.
And when you do get the women in totality, men's gonna come.
Exactly, bro. Same with the music, bro. Like a lot of music is catered to females, bro. So like by default, of course, with the females, like we like.
Picking a chick up at a WNBA game is fucking crazy. What did you mean? I'm at a WNBA game,
But if that's where women were going, bro, you probably could.
Don't be it.
Yeah, you probably would. Like, by default, men are gonna be there. Like,
I'm
oh
still-
yeah, I like this shit.
I'm still going to
Yeah, 'cause
Publix. She got me
females are
fucked
there.
up. I'm still going to
females are
Publix.
Go to the club.
Damn,
No,
right. Even
I go to Publix
Even
real
if they
quick.
going with 30 niggas, bro, they going there in hopes that it's gonna be 40, 50 females in this bitch.
Nah, man, you gotta go to Target, man.
Sorry, yeah.
You trying to get the MILFs.
Wally World.
For real, bro. I'm trying to get the MILFs to get the old ladies.
I don't know how we got on that talk. It's fucking the culture. I guess that is the culture too. Whatever. The good drugs. And we are black in this bitch. I don't know why I hopped like that. Felt good though. But yeah, so last but not least, last topic, you know how we doing this bitch. So we were talking about how with Elon Musk and shit, he buying social media and it being like a social experiment. And ultimately the main user on like these platforms that we speak about a lot of the times is like us, like not us, but our generation. Like our generation is like I would say was like the guinea pig generation from what they call our generation from like 82, 81 to like 95 or some shit like that. They call our generation. So anyways, well, because with those, even with those kids that grew up like in the late 80s and were born in the early 80s, grew up in the late 80s, early 90s and shit like that, they had kind of like the same experience as we have with no internet or no internet to brief memory of like no internet to dial up, then the messenger and the little faces messenger, like the first form of like text. I forgot what that shit was called. And then to like Yahoo and I don't even remember like the first social media platform created. I really don't. I won't even lie to you.
I don't either, bro. Well, was it like AOL?
AOL. I think that was like the first like texting. I would say like AOL Messenger. Some shit like that.
It's definitely a way to do it, though. I can tell you that.
Yeah, but it's just. But I was just saying how like our generation is really the guinea pig generation, but it's also seems to be like the lost generation because we experienced like all this shit before like social media and shit, even like cell phones, and like we experienced all this shit, bro, before like this shit was prominent or needed or super important. But now that like this shit is into play and a part of our daily life, if it gets taken away, like we're almost like dead out here. Like a lot of our people, not saying us in this room, but just based off of like social medias being shut down and shit like that, bro. Like people really, our generation has really like held on to this shit where like it's super important. It's fucking fly.
That's crazy, bro. That's so crazy.
But this shit's like super important now to us, bro. Even with like, not saying the older generations didn't do this shit, but even with like our celebrities and shit that we like grew up on listening to music and shit, rappers or whatever the case may be, like when these guys pass away and shit, it's almost like we run through our whole like childhood memories. And I remember the first time I listened to such and such, and like this whole thing was almost like we're so like attached to all these things that we never were really, that we didn't grow up on or we weren't born into, but we almost been like experimented with. So like a lot of our people, not saying everybody, because you do have some people who stayed secluded and shit like that and to themselves and were able to detach from material shit. But then you have a lot of people who like ate this shit up, like it's all in the social media and just
as much as possible, bro. As much as possible. I feel like some people go extremely hard, cause like you remember we've had this conversation before where we was like, like it could be a good thing or it can be a bad thing, and it was like people promoting their brands or like just their content, stuff like that, and then like you just got like fucking just people just being dickheads, just being fucking as crazy as they possibly can.
Yeah,
it was like what do you get out of that shit?
Cause in like what is it in China? Like they have like
limit your shit.
Like they limit your shit. Like in TikTok for like people under 14, it's fucking informational shit. Like in like cooking channels and Discovery Channel science experiments and shit like that. Like they took a poll. They were like right now for young people, the number one, and young people. I say young people and I say our generation because those are our kids. So like the number one desire or what I want to be for young kids in America is a fucking influencer. The number one thing for young kids that want to be in China is an astronaut. Like, and I just pointed out because they're our kids and we're the generation who's seen everything before it is now. So it's almost like we're going in reverse now where we give our kids all the gadgets and shit when they're young. When we didn't have none of that shit, but we look at it as, oh, we didn't have that shit. I want to give my kid that shit. but it's really a mind thing where it's like we were the experiment generation. They experimented with us. That's why we didn't have that shit until we got older, because they literally set us in front of computers when we were in elementary school, and they didn't have shit going on the computer at the time. They just let us play with the bitch. Like, I remember that shit, being in elementary school, just sitting in front of the computer with like no task to do, no nothing to do, fucking mind sweep on this bitch, just clicking shit, just like that's what I'm saying, bro. We were literally like experimenting with the computer, where it's like they gave us a blank computer and was like, y'all are gonna determine what this computer does, depending on how you guys react to it. And that's exactly what happened. That's why like social media and shit seems to be so addictive and so people can't get off it, and people just love it, and everything's for the camera, because they studied our generation on people just in general, because like not just us, but everybody was getting studied on, and they were like, well, this clicks, this works, this works, this works for them. So the next generations, they have this shit in a fucking bag, so to speak, where it's like we know exactly how to hit them and what to do to them, and we're gonna do it when they're young. And they give it to fucking us because they know that we look at it as new technology. That's how they introduce everything to us. Like, it's new technology, it's new this, it's new that.
Well, we're the ones that also shows the kids under us that you can become
Yeah.
an influencer.
Yeah, exactly, because they put it on our generation, whether it was, that's what I'm saying, between the ages of, between the years of like 82 and like 96. So you have people who were born like, I was born in 91. You have people who were born in like 95, 96 who got into that shit, who became a fucking social media, whatever the fuck at that time. So now you have, so I can actually tell like my child or something, oh yeah, I went to school with such and such. Yeah. So now it's like I don't know, it's like a whole fucking circle of mind fuck. like the shit's not real, but it's real. So it's so that's why we get, our generation is so attached to social media, because it's like we know it's not real, but it's real because people are really making money on this shit.
Yes.
People are really doing this.
That's plight, right? Our plight is money.
Yeah, exactly. It's like to be famous, attention.
I mean, because it gets you money at some point.
Nah, they probably.
It gets you money at some point, bro.
I just really think our generation is like the lost generation at this point, bro. Because we lost like sight of like what used to be, what still worked, like what used to be and what was still like working.
Not that lost though, because we finding out in our generation that career life is bullshit.
Yeah, I mean,
it's 9 to 5 work. No, it's bullshit, bro. It's brainwashed bullshit.
But we're all, but see, that's why we also have parents though who in a generation where they found the loopholes through that shit and became successful, bro. So we have that lineage with us too, that it's like, okay, some of that shit, some of the whole hard work, blah blah blah, is bullshit. But then you have some people who, okay, they were probably working hard, but also doing other shit, and so they still got to where everything that they wanted out of life, they got that shit out of life. So now you have that shit installed in you, where it's like, okay, I don't have to necessarily, I'm not working for somebody for 30 years. I'm working for somebody to work for myself at some point. Like that's what our generation has installed in them. But we're installing, the majority of are installing in our kids, like the bullshit, like you, like, all right, telling us in our generation you can be whatever you wanted to be made more sense, because we didn't have the social media, all this extra shit. We had like the sports, or through education for the most part. Now you can tell a kid now that
To be a gamer.
Like, exactly, bro. Like, they may never want to go to school now at this point, bro. I want to stay home and play video games all day, or I want to go to the court and play basketball and get 10 million views on YouTube for me doing tricks with the ball. Like now it's like, you probably shouldn't tell a kid nowadays you can be whatever you want to be. Probably should have a little bit more guidance with it, a little bit more direction with it, bro.
But I don't know. It's just like, my dad could have said, go to college and
Yeah.
do something, right? But he ain't been to college.
Yeah.
So it was nothing he could teach me about, you know what I'm saying, going to college.
Yeah.
There was no profession that he was
Yeah.
able to show me specifically. And there's a camera. You can purchase one nowadays. It's actually, in a sense, affordable.
Yeah.
It's the neighbors, you know what I'm saying? So now I got a thing here that's independent that I can show to you.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
I get what you mean though by leading the blind, in the sense too of don't tell them be anything you want to be because the motherfucker might be a famous hula hooper.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Like,
but if you making hula hooper,
because at the end of the day,
I get what you saying, but
at the end of the day, fam, that's what it's about, bro.
Talent changed.
If
talent is totally different nowadays.
If you rack up 100 million views because you do some cool ass hula hoop tricks and you started getting cake from that shit, you started getting paid. It's all right, bro.
Like the
fuck, I'm gonna tell you.
I don't know. I guess the reality. I guess that's what I'm saying, bro. I guess because the reality of it gets has got lost with our generation almost, bro. Where it's like.
But you said it, bro. You can either be detached
because we looked at our parents like, oh, I don't want to work. I don't want to work for 30 years and such and such. All right, so they told us don't be like me, be better, blah blah blah. Okay, so I went out here try to find me a way to be better, or whatever the case may be. But times done changed and shit. So no, although I don't want to go to work and work for nobody for 30 years, that's gonna be my mindset. I still have to understand that reality's here, and if I don't have a trait or a camera like you're saying or some shit like that, I need to go get my ass a job, bro.
Facts.
Like if
some people who are hard-headed.
Who are just like, no, I'll be broke. I'll just sit on I'll be homeless. I'll just, people who really are homeless right now and shit like that, where it's like,
because they don't want to work.
It's like, in these times, it's like it's okay to install that into a kid where, go get you a job when you turn 14, 15. Like, it's okay to do that versus just pushing the other aspects on the child because you don't want them to be so much like you or your parents or whatever the fuck case may be. But then, like you're saying, but it's also important to keep that open mind of my child may be super talented. And
that I didn't know.
Yeah, that is some shit that I didn't even fucking know that my child could do, bruh. And my child does this shit. I'm like, damn, you should do that. Like put that shit on camera, bro. Like, go do that shit.
It be like that, man.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like you're saying, it's a slippery slope thing, bro. Where it's like that's just like sports, bro. It's like the chances are all the same now, bro. It's just more shit to do, but the chances seem like it's still the same shit. Like, you maybe can become a gamer and have your game channel with 100 million views, or you may have 5 views on your game channel, bro. You might be a gamer that's really good at the game, but nobody wants to watch that shit, bro. Like, that's what I'm saying. So it's like,
everybody doesn't have to be a ninja though when it comes to gaming.
Yeah.
There's so many people who are just streamers who can live their everyday regular lifestyle.
Yeah.
Just the same as if we, was our parents and they, had a job. Just because somehow our parents got houses and shit, but they wasn't.
Yeah, you're right.
But they couldn't pay on that bitch for that long, right? But they had houses.
That's why.
So niggas is doing that now.
That's why they retired. They retired in 30 years. They was like, yeah, now I
pay my house off.
I can finally sit my ass down.
You feel me? I just bought this car 5 years ago. I know that lifestyle, bro. You know what I'm saying? So you got people who are able to live that lifestyle though at a younger age now. Get the house, get the car. At a younger age.
Yeah, you're right though. Yeah, you're right though.
Motherfuckers be 18, 19. Yeah, man, that's my house. I'm like, nigga, your house. Your credit must have been good enough. Some bitch, boy.
I mean, I guess, but that's when like the whole like who you are comes into play, bro. Like if you're a people watcher and you just look at, damn.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, bro, I should be like that,
Those
bro.
are people that's
Yeah.
when you tell the little ones not to be like.
Yeah, bro. Like, but that's what I'm saying. Like, if you don't, you really can't. I don't know if you can tell. Like, if you're that, because like kids are impressionable. Like we're talking
Very.
about kids, so like you don't know if that child is just doing that because they seen this person do it,
I mean,
or
the
they're
title is
or they're.
influencer.
That's what I'm saying. Or they're doing that
Yeah.
because they're really good at what they're doing, or they're really they're really entertaining, or they're really whatever the case may be, bro. So like that's why I say with children, it's a little, it's a little, it's a little slippery, bro. Where it's like, maybe I do want my child just to play basketball versus be on the internet. Like maybe you should just hoop until you figure it out, till we figure out what you're really good at. Like, so I don't know, bro. It's just, but that's why I say it's our generation's duty for that though, because those are our kids. Where it's like we have to notice that. Okay, even if my child is talented as fuck, I still want him to. He still needs to be well rounded with a whole bunch of other shit. You feel me? Like it still has to be a certain boundaries with all this shit still, bro. Like boundaries have to be still set in place with I want to be an open minded person and not bash my child or tell them they can't do this or can't do that. And like, but if you know certain things just aren't gonna work out, like it's okay to be like, no, that's just not gonna work out there. Like, so I don't know, bro. It's just.
It's complicated.
Yeah.
Nothing that
It's-
this pod at this moment
it's-
is
No.
going to.
No.
It's case by case. It's case by case basis.
by case.
It's
Yeah,
case by case.
Yeah, it's case by case, but
That's
as
all.
as like a whole of like our generation though. I'm just saying.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
nah,
It's
yeah, for
our
sure.
duty to put that out there in the atmosphere. Yeah, where it's like always remind like. Cause just like our parents did, bro, and it was a reason for why they always were reminding us of like how they used to be in old times versus whether we looked at it as they just want to tell us about their old glory days, or they're really trying to teach us a lesson, or they're just being annoying as fuck, or whatever the case may be, bro. Like just like us, bro, it's important for us to hold on to that old. Now it's gonna be old. Look at it's old, but that old like that. Old, you know what I'm saying? That old way of like, oh no, I remember when the internet wasn't around. Like it's okay to. Well, I remember when dial up people used to call and the
Yeah,
whole
you
internet
can't be on the
shut.
phone.
Like that's what I'm saying. Well, I
Can't be
remember
on the
when
phone,
I
bro.
couldn't call nobody till after 9. My minutes wasn't free. Yeah, of course. Of course. But those things are important though. Those things are like we shouldn't overlook that type of shit. Like that shit's important because the kids don't know, bro. Like we didn't know shit about nothing our parents had going on until they start talking about that shit, bro. Like we didn't fucking know, bro. So like that shit's important.
This is my last day.
Go ahead.
I did a short. Drake did T.I. flow.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't believe that these kids
Don't even fucking know, bro.
didn't
Like,
even, yo, what is that song? What is T.I.
Yeah.
song? I'm like, 20. Y'all don't know that shit.
don't even. Yeah.
They don't know that shit.
Exactly, bro. Like you would be
really
surprised.
thought that was Drake doing a new flow. And that was.
That's crazy, bro. Like, but see, we lived
That's
through it,
what's
so it's
shocking,
like,
bro.
damn. But it's like that's type of shit though, bro. Where it's like, I think one of my nieces was like, asked me one time, was like, where you like? I guess she read something about like the '60s or some shit. And she was like, were you alive there this time? Like, what?
Damn.
No.
She tried to be funny, bro.
The 60s.
But I'm just saying like I'm saying like they look at shit like as a child looking at shit like I don't know how old my uncle is but I know he's he's a man. Like I know he's old. I know he's a grown man though. So it's just like because they don't really know where it's like I don't know. You know what I'm saying, bro? It's like it's important for us to just keep that get knowledge of like or just matching it up because they're gonna come across it at some point and they'll be able to match up like oh that's what they were talking about when like with the T.I. shit, bro. Like maybe. Like now they'll come across it and maybe go back to T.I. whole catalog and then figure out all these that's what I'm saying. Then they'll figure out all these other rappers are oh damn you got that from Tip. Like yeah you didn't know like that shit old bro. Like shit we do that shit with music. I do that shit still today, bro. I hear some old jazz or some shit, bro. I'd be like damn bro got the riff from bro. Yeah you be like damn bro got that shit from bro. Like so it's just like. But nobody, I don't know. That shit's important.
I don't think nobody thinks about that shit.
No, not at all.
Not no more.
Not at all. Not at all. Because we're so on some like wanting shit to be like the new this or the new that it's like, bro, we don't have to keep recreating, because we're not really recreating. We're getting it from somewhere, but it's like we want it to fit, I guess, our world or our narratives or our.
I seen an old white lady getting sturdy. I was like, what? It was an old video too. I was like, what? She bobbing it all. I was like, damn, true. I don't know where that shit came from. I was like, that's what's up.
Yeah. Oh, shit, we up out of this bitch. Anyways, bro. Got anything else though, bro?
Nah, man.
Nah.
Nah.
Dub had to go be his daddy. Shit. What was this episode? 116. Yeah. This was brought to you by Made 93 on the boards. No, on the production. DMS on the boards because he's not in here, so I said somebody got to be on the boards. I'm out here with my dog A. Lee, my fucking brother. Mafia Money, shout out, bruh. You got any shout outs?
Nah, fuck that nigga, bro. I don't know why you shouted that nigga out, bro. That nigga had the nerve to tell me that I've missed a pod. Nigga, you shut your goofy ass up, nigga. I missed a pod. Nigga. And then you don't be at the next one. Shut the fuck up, nigga.
And his defense, bro, he did have.
Nigga had them stupid jeans on. I hated that nigga outfit, bro. Everything about it, man. Everything about that shit made me mad.
Y'all niggas stay up, be safe, stay dangerous. It's a good draws.
I got the recipe and I kept receipts. The smell it covers me. Mods only weed. I just chopped the tree. I didn't stop to breathe. I couldn't stop my greed. It hit me like I'm Creed. Know the game is like I cheat. Gorilla.